I mean, I've said to you a million times before that I was like, I try to word it in the right way because I was like, I think you're the next Alex Cooper in terms of success.
Yeah.
Not in terms of like you're going to be her, in terms of where you're headed. Because it's just only natural. I hate doing it, but it's like, because there are still fewer girls in the space, it just makes sense to compare the two.
You've always been a big supporter.
I knew there was 2 moments where I knew you were like, I don't know if I knew it was gonna be this fast or how big it could really get, but I knew you were gonna be able to hang. You did Friday Night Pints, and it was actually how much you didn't like, you weren't nervous, and you just kind of like played back a little bit, like jumped in when you needed to, and like you did contribute, but you weren't overly, into it. And it was just like, oh, you can read the room and like understand the social situation.
Yeah.
And then surviving Barstool. Was when I realized it was like,
I forgot about that. Doesn't that feel like years ago?
So long ago.
That wasn't that long ago.
I know. Was it
crazy.
this year? It was this
it? 2000? Yeah, it was this year.
I mean, that's crazy.
That's really crazy.
I don't know if that's a COVID time travel thing or Barstool time travel or combined, but that feels like ages ago.
It really does.
What we're gonna do? No. There's only one person here who can make this vote.
No!
She has been here through the whole thing.
Oh my
She has lived it, breathed it.
Oh my
She's seen
God.
everything behind the scenes,
God.
in front of the scenes, in front of the camera, behind the camera. Brianna, you cast the final vote. Are you gonna go back to the vote room now? Right now. One vote
I can't
to
look
decide
at
it all.
either of you.
One for Tommy, one
you
for Nick,
fucking
one
serious?
vote decides
No one else
it all.
But that was when I knew, like, that was one of the crazier, like, content demands that we've ever made of people.
Yeah.
And obviously making it so far and being able to, like, that showed, like, your competitive side and your entertaining side and all that shit. Because at that point, I will admit, I was kind of like, all right, what the fuck's up? Like, she does TikToks. Like, what else? Is there more to it? And I remember your intro for Survivor said something like, I want to show that I'm not just like some dumb drunk bitch or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's exactly what she went out and did. Like, you proved it like entirely.
Yeah.
Was there a moment for you that you like, or maybe you haven't had this yet, but have you had a moment where you're like, I'm doing this, or I've blown up, or I'm on the way, or...
Well, this college tour, so obviously I kind of blew up during COVID where I'm not interacting with my fans. Like I see a number on a screen that I have, but I don't really get that feedback where I get to see the impact I'm making or like the people that follow me. So my first college tour stop, Penn State, when we had a 6-hour line around the block to see me.
6 hours?
We had to cut it off after 4 hours.
Bro.
I had to take a step back. I started crying. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why are these people? I went into that saying, okay, yeah, we can have lunch, like we can chill. I'll help sell the merch. Like it's gonna be a chill day. People were lined up like 3 hours before it even started to see me.
Just like a meet and greet.
Just a meet and greet.
Like,
and
sit
to
at the
come buy
table,
merch.
hi, take a
Just
picture.
like, hi, take a picture. And that was when I was like, holy shit, okay, this is like real, and I gotta do this. Like, I have to do it.
Dude, who or what would you wait on a 6-hour line for?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why? What is going on?
know.
It's so crazy to me.
I know. I think everybody at Barstool, who at least is a little bit grounded, has a moment like that. Whatever your scale of success is, like I wake up every day sometimes being like, I don't get why anybody follows or anybody listens, or and I think a little bit of that is like they call it imposter syndrome or just weird mental health shit. But also sometimes I'm just like, I don't necessarily get it.
I don't get it.
I don't think I'm talented or overly this or that, but I'm happy people do it. But I mean, I've also never encountered anything like that. I mean, I've had attention, but I've never had a 6-hour line.
I know. I was like, what the fuck? But also, I think having that in the back of your head, like, why me? Like, I don't get it, also makes you more relatable. And that's like why we're good at what we do.
So that to me is the key that also scares me. It's like if your success is because you're normal and relatable and down to earth, but in your case, you're now seeing like not normal success, not very relatable success. Like you're not just like every girl.
I know.
At heart you are, maybe in your head you are, but like, so how do you maintain that? You know what I mean? Like for the most part, I've been able to just stay in this like in this one realm. You're like fucking shooting out of it now.
Yeah, and that also scares the shit out of me, like all this pressure. It's like, okay, everyone thinks I'm doing so good and I'm going up. Like, what do I have to do next? Do I have to do crazier shit? Like, do I have to act like a different person? Do I have to switch it up? I'm like really scared for the future now, where it's like I liked being stagnant because I'm like, oh, I'm comfortable, it's working, I'm doing it, and now, fuck, all these eyes on me. Like, what next? What do I have to do? But I also just, I've always just known I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna be good at it, and I don't know, it's kind of working.
So has that always been, like, you as a person, go back, like, has that always been a trait of yours where you're, like, confident in yourself, you know you're gonna, whatever the challenge is, like, you're nervous, but you know you're gonna do it?
Yeah, very quietly confident, though.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like you said on Friday Night Pints, like, I knew I was fine. Like, I didn't need to step in. I knew, like, I didn't have to, like, make a name for myself or, like, try to talk over people. Like, people are gonna know me, and it's gonna come when it comes.
But, like, exactly it.
That's always been me. I've known quietly, I'm good. I got this. But I don't. But then it's like kind of scary to say that out loud now because I don't.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. It's like not so quiet if you're saying it, but like so as a kid, what like in sports or school or
my
social?
dad. I was my dad's fourth daughter, and
I didn't realize
he raised me like a complete, like, I should be a lesbian right now. Like, I was playing football, I was playing hockey, every single sport I played. And I come from an athletic family, super competitive. So, like, sports were my thing. And when I got to college, and I played sports for a little bit, and I stopped, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I need something to, like, I don't know, motivate me. Like, school, that wasn't clearly what I was supposed to be doing. So I was like, all right, let me do this social media shit. It's kind of like a competition in a way.
Yeah,
where it's like,
I mean, there's a scoreboard. How many followers you get, how many retweets or whatever in TikTok.
But mine was kind of slow, like gradual, but my engagement is so crazy. Like, I have 1.3 million on TikTok, right?
This bitch said only.
Okay, but listen.
This bitch said only.
Okay, listen. There's so many people with like 20 million followers on TikTok, right? And then they have like 300,000 on Instagram and they get 20,000 likes. Like mine, I have 1.3, almost 300,000, and I get like the engagement is crazy.
Way higher.
Yeah, people are really there to see me. So
which is all that really matters.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? Like obviously you want to have the biggest audience possible, but if you have a small audience but they all buy a shirt, they all buy a ticket, that's almost more valuable than, you know. I always look at Lena Dunham, who has like 5 million followers, and she'll get like 2 retweets and a like. It's like physically impossible.
Isn't it crazy?
It's like, what? Did all these people die? Like, where are these followers?
Does no one actually like you? Did you buy these people? It's crazy.
Probably, pretty much. So when you have that real audience, that's the goal, and you've done it through like being organic. You know, it's like, and maybe you don't get 20 million because some of the shit you do might turn some people off, but the people who do fuck with it,
fuck with it hard.
Yeah.